Hello and welcome back. We are about to start Heavensward, the first of several expansions. And we do that. Where is... It's not Forchefont. Perhaps it is someone over here? Oh, it might start in the intercessory. It's the thing with when you don't have an active quest. There's no marker on the mini-map. Yeah, let me inside. Here we go. Coming to Ishgard.
The dawn's light will shine again. So long as we have these specious accusations hanging over us, we will struggle to achieve anything. You must go to Ishgard, as Tataru proposed. I will return to Uldar and set things right.
Pray, do not be so hasty, Master Alphino.
Lord Orchefant.
Full well do I understand your desire to clear your names. But now is not the time for drastic action. You yet have allies upon whom you can rely. There is no need to act alone.
Yes. Yes, of course. Pray forgive my impatience.
I bring tidings. Count Edmont has decreed that the three of you be taken in as wards of House Fortin. Under our patronage, you shall be granted access to the city proper.
Woohoo!
Pray, consider our manor your new headquarters, from which you may gather information and plan how best to proceed. Needless to say, should any of your missing allies be found, as I am certain they shall, they will of course be welcome to join you there.
You are more than generous, my friend. On behalf of my fellows, I humbly accept your offer of hospitality.
The Count is a good man and just. He will treat you with the kindness and respect that a hero and dear friend deserves.
To Ishgard, then. There we shall carry on the Scion's legacy. There we shall begin anew.
Hear, hear!
Have something for me, Forchefont? I must go on ahead and speak with the Count. Fear not, however, for everything has been arranged. The sentries at the gates of judgment have been informed of our decision. You need but state your names, and they will allow you to pass. My manservant shall be waiting for you at the city gates, ready to escort you to our manor, where we shall meet again. Until then. Cool. Let's go to the gates of judgment. On my my airplane robot. Wards of House Fortemps? Ah yes, you may pass. Proceed to Ishgard, yes.
And so they came, at a friend's behest. Heroes once celebrated as saviors of Eorzea, brought low through treachery, their names blackened with royal blood. With memories of the lost and dreams of redemption, with hope yet in their hearts, they came. To Ishgard, shining city on the mount, overlooking the dominion of Kurthus. A great and proud nation, devoted to Halone, the Fury, ruled by Thordan VII, Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. The last bastion of the faith, her walls ever bristling with the sworn swords and spears of her 4 high houses. A land that after 1,000 years of war had forgotten what it was to be at peace. Through gates long closed, the warrior of light and her companions passed, entering at last a city whose history was written in blood. In the midst of the Dragonsong War they came, 3 weary travelers whose arrival would set in motion great change. Though none knew then how great.
From the memoirs of Count Edmond de Fortemps, Heavensward. Greetings, Mistress Hassenpfeffer. On behalf of House Fortemps, I bid you welcome to Ishgard. My lord humbly requests your presence at his residence in the Pillars. If you all would come with me, we shall. See, we're close to an aetherite. You know what? For the first time, though, we'll walk. Get an idea of what Ishgard looks like. We'll go up this way. There is an Ethernet node right next to the house we're going to, but it'd be cool just to give a little bit of a tour instead of just teleporting directly there every time. This way? Yeah. Oop. Horsefont. The warrior of light and her brave companions, walking the streets of Ishgard at last. What a glorious sight! I cannot tell you how long I have waited for this day. Allow me to present you to my family home, Fortemps Manor. I should like nothing more than to show you around, but everyone is gathered to receive you. Come, my friends, introductions must be made.
My lord, I have returned with the Scions.
I hope your journey was not too taxing. I, Count Edmond de Fortemps, do bid you welcome. As wards of House Fortemps, you shall be afforded every courtesy. My home is your home.
My companions and I are deeply honored, Count Fortemps.
The honor is mine, Master Alphino. Consider it an expression of our gratitude for your service to Ishgard.
Forgive me, my lord, but are you not concerned? To accept foreign guests at such a juncture, especially ones with our reputation.
Do not worry yourself on my account. 'Tis true that Ishgard's first thought has ever been the war effort, hence the closing of our borders. Yet it is in troubled times most of all that men should seek allies, don't you think? Granted, my decision will have raised eyebrows in the vault and in the halls of the other high houses. But so long as you continue with your altruistic endeavors, I doubt my honored peers will feel moved to voice their concerns.
Then there is naught to fear. Though our numbers are much reduced, we are no less determined to carry on our work.
Full glad am I to hear it. But before you return to your labors, why not take a tour of the city? You would do well, I think, to acquaint yourselves with your new surroundings. After all, you may be here for some time.
Guess I didn't have to run around the city. Okay, so bit of lore slash backstory. Artoirel and Manalaine are Edmont's legitimate sons. Horsefont is his illegitimate son, and that's why his hair doesn't match. But, like, he's accepted into the family just as much. He just doesn't have, you know, all those fancy, noble claims to things. Taking in the sights. Though our friends in House Fortemps have been generous enough to extend us their protection, we must take care not to impose too much on their hospitality. It is only proper that we learn about our new home, so that we might become more self-sufficient. It'll take a while to learn the lay of the land, but learn it we must. Then there's the markets and taverns. We'll need to know where to shop and where to hear small talk. 'Twould seem a tour of the city is indeed in order. I thank you for your counsel, my lord. My companions and I shall of course do as you suggest. Very good. Then my manservant shall accompany you. He will be able to answer any questions you might have. Ah, but I grow forgetful in my dotage. There is something I must give you ere we part. The documentation is in order, I trust? Yes, my lord. You're blocking the camera, you tall elf man. Ooh, fancy stationery. These documents identify you as wards of House Fortemps. Given that our borders have remained closed for decades, many of my countrymen are unaccustomed to treating with foreigners. Should anyone happen to question your presence here, it may prove necessary to remind them that you remain under the protection of House Fortemps. But let us hope it shall not come to that. Rest assured that we shall do our utmost to avoid any situation which might compel us to invoke your name. Asuka, Tartaru, the city awaits. Let's go! Lots of organs in the music of this expansion. As this is your first time in our fair city, pray permit me to show you to the Hoplon, from whence we may gaze upon the splendor of the Holy Vault. Though all other sights pale in comparison, it is only meet that you see it first. I shall then show you around the jeweled Crozier, where you may purchase all manner of goods and services, before descending to Foundation's Aetheryte Plaza, if there are no questions. Let's go to the Hoplon. Is the Hoplon, so named for the bronze great shield borne by our nation's patron deity, is the largest plaza in Ishgard. The magnificent cathedral to the north is, of course, the Holy Vault. The vault is both Ishgard's seat of government and the residence of the Archbishop of the Ishgardian Orthodox Church. Begging your pardon, the statues to the south, are they perchance Thordan's famed Knights 12? Very good, Master Elfino. They are the fathers of Ishgard, the brave knights who joined with King Thordan I to put down Nidhogg and found this great nation. Ours is a city rich in history and tradition, and there is much you can learn by exploring the pillars, time permitting, of course. Now then, if you would follow me to the jeweled Crozier, I shall introduce you to Mistress Elise, our master of the markets. To the jeweled Crozier, then. We are, very high up. Hello, Elise. Well, you're clearly not locals or traveling peddlers, which makes you all... I handed her something. Ah, wards of House Fortams. How very interesting. Count Edmond has granted us leave to remain in Ishgard for as long as we wish, which may be some time. Accordingly, we will have need of sundry goods, hence our desire to make your acquaintance. That is, of course, assuming you are content to accept the custom of foreigners. Should you be uncomfortable... Ah, young sir, we do not discriminate in matters of money. If you have coin to spend, who are we to refuse it? Weapons, armor, accoutrement, medicine, materials? Whatever you desire can be found in the Crozier. Our merchants will be more than happy to accommodate you, as you shall soon see. Our next destination is the Aetherite Plaza in Foundation, if everyone is ready. Yes, let us go to the Aetherite Plaza, which we can get to through the other end of the market. Ah, and here we have Foundation's Aetherite Plaza. If you have yet to attune to the Aetherite, it would be wise to do so now. I have already. The better half. As for our next destination, mayhap we should decide together what else can be found nearby. The Sky Steel Manufactory stands to the west. There our engineers conceive and manufacture weapons for use against the dragons. The holy stables, where chocobos are trained for war, also lie in that direction. To the north and east can be found the congregation of our Knights Most Heavenly, while to the south and east, well, it would be best if you avoided that area. Bad part of town. And why is that? I fear our knights may not be able to ensure your safety in the lowest levels, Master Alpinel. Hold your nose when you pass the broom, little lord. A delicate flower like you is like to wilt in our fumes. You misjudge me, sir, for I am no lord, but a humble traveller. Oh, come to see the sights, have ye? Take a turn down the hoplon and gawp at the statues? Bwah! Well, if you've a mind to learn how the better half live, come and have a drink at the Forgotten Night, if your nursemaid'll let ye. My humblest apologies, Master Elfino. Pray pay that drunken lout no mind. Oh, but I must. It would not do to refuse such a heartfelt invitation. Yes, I simply must see this Forgotten Night myself. I trust you see the wisdom in this, Asuka. There are few sources of information more abundant than a bustling local hostelry. Not that I expect to hear any news of our missing comrades just yet. Nevertheless, who can say what we might learn of recent events? Then I'm coming too. Guess we're going to the bar. So Ishgard is one of the cities where the music changes at night, which is pretty cool. Must say, this is rather unusual. Not just one, but a whole party. Fresh new faces in my tavern. We are but recently arrived in Ishgard, and are eager to acquaint ourselves with her most notable establishments, Master Gibralont. Just Gibralont will do, and I'm flattered you think so highly of my establishment. Can't promise it'll live up to your expectations, but if it's decent food and drink you're after, you could do much worse. Judging by the number of customers I see, I suspect your fare is rather more than decent. Speaking of your clientele, I could not help but note a difference between those who frequent the upper and lower floors. Spotted that, did you? Aye, up here you'll find peddlers, porters, off-duty knights, and so forth, dropping in on their way to or from somewhere else. Regulars, maybe, but not locals. Folks from the Broom, they tend to congregate downstairs, where we offer a menu more suited to their taste. Cheaper meals, stronger spirits. All quality, mind, but not the sort of stuff I'd recommend to yourselves. You speak of the lowest levels, yes? Why do they call them the Broom, if I may ask? Because when the weather's foul and the broom rolls in thick, it's the poor sods living at the bottom who have to deal with it. I see. And it's not just the weather. When the wyverns broke through the wards and started tearing up the city, it was the Broom that got the worst of it, while the pillars enjoyed the protection of the high houses and the temple knights. More than a few people are still sore about that, mind, which is why, considering your present company, I'd recommend you keep your wits about you if you mean to go below, and something sharp in your boot just to be sure. I shall take your words to heart, sir. Master Alphino, I think it would be best if you returned to Forthaim's Manor. You go on ahead without me. I'm staying for a drink or two. Miss Tartaru, I am afraid that is out of the question. My lord the Count would never forgive me if I abandoned one of his charges in such a place, least of all a maiden. What are you up to, Tartaru? Look around, Alphino. This tavern is full of people whose business regularly takes them beyond the gates of judgment. With friends like that, I could practically live here and wait for the newest gossip to come to me. Indeed, but will you be safe here on your own? Oh, please. Do you know how often I looked after the waking sands and the rising stones by myself? If I had a gill for every unwelcome caller I'd driven away, I'd be rich beyond my wildest dreams. I'll be fine. Not that I doubt the lady's knack for fending off unwelcome advances, but I'll be damned if I'm going to let anyone lay an unwelcome hand on a patron in my establishment. That settles it then. Tataru, Asuka, I shall return to the manor for now. Contact me by link, Pearl, if you require assistance. I will. Have fun, Tataru. We're going back to the house. Oh shit, it's Fiona Apple. Pray let me inside, gatekeep. Tell us, then, Master Alphino, does Ishgard meet with your expectations? That which I imagined pales in comparison to the reality. I felt the weight of 1,000 years of history with every step I took, and when those steps took me past the scars left by the wyverns in Foundation, I understood how easily that history could end in tragedy. The attack was devastating, the casualties unspeakable. The wyverns did not discriminate. Unarmed men and women, even children, were given no quarter. Sir Emmerich has ordered his knights to strengthen our defences, and each house has been called upon to lend what support it can. There is much to be done, yet alas, able-bodied men and women are in short supply. Mayhap we could be of assistance, my lord. After all you've done for us, we would welcome an opportunity to repay your kindness. Yes. That is a most generous offer, Master Alphino. You are guests in my home, to whom I have extended my hospitality without obligation, let or lien. Nevertheless, Ishgard's need is great, and if you are willing to aid our cause, I cannot well refuse. Good. What would you ask of us? From what I have heard, you are an intelligent and persuasive young man. Such qualities may prove most useful to us in our effort to secure provisions from foreign sources, identifying trustworthy suppliers, brokering contracts, and so on. As for you, Mistress Hassenpfeffer, I could ask for no one better than a storied veteran such as yourself, a woman with the capacity to act swiftly and decisively when needed, to aid Artoirel and Amanda Lane in their duties. I beg your pardon? I am more than capable of carrying out my duty by myself. I have no need of our honored guest's assistance. Now, be reasonable, brother. What manner of fool would say no when a famous hero offered to do his work? Hold your tongues. By the Fury, the two of you will conduct yourselves with dignity befitting your station, and show Mistress Hassenpfeffer the respect she deserves. This is the woman who slew Gaius van Belsar, and some half-dozen primals besides. She is not here to steal your glory, or serve as your errand girl. If you can pardon them their impropriety, Mistress Hassenpfeffer, I should be much obliged if you would lend my sons a helping hand. I shall do so. My thanks. Fury willing, they may even learn something from you. But you don't really need the cane? Just walking away without it. Hello, Alphino. 'Twould seem we shall not want for employment over the coming days, though that was never in doubt. Our host's initial reluctance to accept our offer of aid was solely for appearance's sake. In truth, he is glad of this opportunity to put us to work. By granting us patronage, House Fortemps has taken a tremendous risk. Until we demonstrate our worth to Ishgard at large, the Count will face considerable opposition from his peers in matters great and small. And so he would have us publicly serve Ishgard, whilst simultaneously keeping his sons in check. 'Tis an arrangement we may benefit from in unexpected ways. My own duties may feasibly bring me into contact with people who know something of our missing comrades. And as you go about helping our two lords with their various responsibilities, you will inevitably make new acquaintances in Ishgard, mayhap even new allies. Yes, the more I think on it, the more confident I am that by furthering their goals, we shall further our own. Okay, so we've got both of the sons have a short quest line of their own. We can only do one at a time. We'll start with Artoirel. over the wall. Let us begin anew, Mistress Hassenpfeffer. I am Sir Artoirel de Fortemps, eldest son of Count Edmond de Fortemps. You will forgive me my outburst, I hope. I meant no disrespect. I merely consider myself an equal to the duties entrusted to me, unlike some. He's talking about his little brother. Rochefort has spoken of you often. If you are even half the woman he claims, I shall be glad to have you at my side. To the matter at hand, then. We will be assisting my esteemed compatriots of houses Durandare and Zemel. You are aware of our friendly rivalry, I take it? Aye, well, suffice to say, the prospect of assisting said houses does not fill me with joy. However, it is the will of the Holy See that we set aside our differences at this crucial juncture, but we shall speak more of that anon. First, we must needs secure transport to Falcon's Nest. Let us make for the Chocobo stables and foundation. Okie doke. Let me out of the house. That's the closest one. Hello, Chocobo Keep. Greetings, Mistress Hassenpfeffer. I've saddled the Black Chocobo for your journey to the Western Highlands as per Lord Artwirel's instructions. Will this be your first time riding a Black Chocobo, may I ask? If so, you're in for a treat, as I dare say you know this particular breed can fly. Given the right conditions, they can carry you quite high too, even over Snowcloak. You needn't worry about directing the bird, of course. Like all porters, she's trained to carry you to your destination all by herself. So just relax and enjoy the view. Oh, but be sure not to relax your grip, will you? 2 hands on the reins at all time, if you please. Travel to Falcon's Nest. So, at the time, the regular Chocobo couldn't fly when Heaven's Word first came out. The Curthis Western Highlands.
To the frozen wastes of the Western Highlands, once verdant tracts made pallid by the calamity. Beyond the towering wall of ice, to lands long forsaken that the knights of Ishgard strove tirelessly to reclaim. To the hamlet of Falcon's Nest, once abandoned, now freed of its pall of snow and ash, she came.
The world looks quite different when viewed from the back of an airborne chocobo, does it not? I still find the experience strangely liberating. To business. Sir Redwald is in charge here. He should be expecting us. Let's go talk to Sir Redwald then. It has been far, far too long, Lord Artwirel. And who might your companion be? Pray forgive our lateness, Sir Redwald. I present to you Ossica Hassenpfeffer, Ward of House Fortemps. Ah, yes, of course. Lord Gilmont spoke of you. I, Sir Redwald of House Durandare, do bid you welcome to Falcon's Nest. That's going to be a hard voice to keep up. We are both eager to contribute to the settlement's restoration. How may we be of service? Before we speak of that, would I be correct in assuming that Mistress Hassenpfeffer is unfamiliar with our recent history? Then, with your permission, I shall recount the tale for her benefit. As you may know, Falcon's Nest was once a hamlet with a small garrison of knights and some few villagers, and then came the calamity. When it became clear that the snow would not stop falling, we had no choice but to order a complete withdrawal. The settlement, and the entirety of the Western Highlands, were to be abandoned. Abandoned to the heretics, Lady Ishgard and her kind have walked these lands with impunity ever since. Aye, but no longer. The Holy See has commanded the reclamation of the Western Highlands and the expulsion of heretical elements. Falcon's Nest is key to accomplishing these objectives, but as you can see, rebuilding the hamlet will be no small undertaking. Our craftsmen require support and protection. Any assistance you can offer will be greatly appreciated. As promised, we of House Fortemps are at your disposal, Sir Redwald. You need but tell us where to begin. Work in progress. Several craftsmen in service to House Zamel are contributing to the restoration of Falcon's Nest. These men and women are quite skilled at building and repairing fortifications, but their progress has been hampered by a number of factors. Roth, their foreman, tells me he has need of a woman with your talents. Would you be so kind as to seek him out? Yeah, I'll go find this Roth. Can I go through this door? Oh, I can. Roth, are you in here? No. Roth. Not down there? Oh, there he is. Yes, I'm Roth. And who might you be? Ah, the promised help. Glad to have you aboard. I've the honour of overseeing this fine mess you see before you. Sent me over on one of them blackbirds, same as you, to build and mend and tell others how to build and mend. But fury take me this ice. It's been unnatural how fast it forms. It's icicle sprites, I tell you. Mark my words, there's pockets of them here and there, just waiting for me to turn my back so they can sneak out and do their dirty work. So I'll need you to search the hamlet and put an end to it. If you stand watch long enough, I'm sure you'll find them. Alright, we'll find your icicle sprites. The little, or large, red circles on the mini-map are like the search radius that we need to look in. Found this one quick though. Oh, he was right. It's icicle sprites. I don't think I can get over to that one from over here. Nope. You know what? There we go. Take that, icicle sprites. There it is. Back to Roth to inform him of our success. Ah, now there's a woman who what looks like she's found her marks. You're just the sort we need around here. The kind that'll hop to when she sees a task undone. Yeah, that is me. The first and foremost. You're a dareband at warcraft, I can tell. Not that I've any skill at arms to speak of, mind, but it doesn't take an expert to recognize expertise. Be a waste to keep you to myself when there's others out what need help, same as me. So if you're keen to keep on doing what you've done, I'd ask you to head north to the pike, the bloody huge statue out in the waste, if you've never been. Mason by the name of Theramont is out there tending to the thing. Good man, Theramont, but I reckon he's taking on too much work for one. Might be there's something you can do for him. Wow, I'm getting like New Jersey into my fake British. Giant robot. Hello, Theramont. Hail to you, traveller. What brings you out this way? Foreman Roth bid you assist me? Well, far be it from me to turn down a helping hand. I've been tasked with the restoration of this sculpture. 5 years of neglect have not been kind, to say the least. Fortunately, I've just the thing for it. Rather, those deep eyes have it. If you could slay 3 and bring me their bristles, I would be in your debt. Okay. I mean, I kill primals as like a hobby, so... There you are. You have the bristles. Yeah. Ah, feel how coarse that is. That's why they're perfect for scrubbing the soot from the statue. Beautiful, isn't it? The spitting image of Haldrath, first of the Azure Dragoons, and one of Ishgard's founding fathers. A symbol of everything the Dravanians despise, which is why they've taken to searing it with dragonfire every time they pass by. But no longer will we suffer this desecration of our nation's hero. Soon this statue will be as it once was, a proud, shining testament to the determination of Ishgard, and a message to the heretics that we have returned. The work may be hard and the conditions harsh, but as a proud Ishgardian, I could ask for no greater honor. Okay. From on high. Are you for Falcon's Nest? If so, I have a favor to ask. There's this knight, Sir Ishgard, stationed at the anvil to the west of here. She's always treated me with kindness and respect, more than I deserve, to be honest. Any road, while you were away, she came through on patrol, and I think she might have left a package behind. It's a bit of a detour, but would you mind returning it to her? My thanks to you, friend. Yeah. I will take Saudor. The package. It's a big old bridge right there over the crevasse. What's that? A package? I haven't the foggiest what you're talking about. Confound it, that fool of a... what a waste. It was a gift, adventurer. Tyrmont labors day and night without regard for his own well-being. At the very least, he ought to try to eat better. Why not simply give it to him? By the Fury, have you no sense of decorum? A high-born knight cannot be seen favouring a low-born mason in such a manner. Nevertheless, I appreciate your concern, as well as your willingness to assist Tyrmont. May your journey back to Falcon's Nest be safe and swift. Pray give my regards to Sir Redwald. Oh, Ishgardians in your decorum. It's cool. Occasionally snow will just fall off of the pine trees. Like that, right there, in front of us. Nice little effect. I must applaud your initiative, Mistress Ossifeather. Roth tells me you have been quite busy. Alas, we have not the time to thank you properly. I have a task which I would commit all able-bodied men and women, you and Lord Artorel included. Reconnaissance lost. Calm as ever, even when you must surely sense the gravity of the situation. A veteran through and through, just as Lord Drillmont said. Good. We have lost contact with a reconnaissance party sent north to Riversmeet in search of the heretics' hideaway. Whether they were attacked or met with some other misfortune, we know not. But regardless of the cause, we must act quickly, for this is a harsh, unforgiving land which can claim and has claimed the lives of many men. To ensure we find our missing knights as quickly as possible, I have assigned each party a different area to search. You and Lord Artorel will be working together. Seek him out when you're ready to depart, and good luck. Okay, where is he? He's right here. It seems we have been assigned the area near Camp Riversmeet, Mistress Hasselhoff. Lest you are unaware, the camp was one of many our knights were forced to abandon when we withdrew from the Curtis Western Highlands, one of many sacrifices made in the wake of the calamity. It would not surprise me if our knights took shelter there. There is but one way to find out, though. Let us be off. Yes, let us be. It's a long flight, so I think we're gonna take a mount with a song I like. Yes, this one. There, below us, Camp Riversmeet, or what remains of it. I see no way to descend the cliff safely from here. Should we fall, the beasts below would make short work of us. Come, I know a path to the riverbed below, east of the Black Iron Bridge. If the reconnaissance party came this way, I see no sign of it. Still, it is possible that recent storms have obscured their trail, or that they took an alternate route to Camp Riversmeet. Until we investigate the camp itself, we cannot be certain. We must press on. Now, for the camp. It's got a broken aetherite. Hello? Missing knights, are you here? No, one of you is. Heretics. Are you all right? I heard sounds of a struggle. Thank the Fury. I thought no one would come. 3 heretics slain and 1 knight saved, just like that. You certainly live up to your reputation, Mistress Hassenfeather. What happened here, sir? Is there no one else? We were caught in a furious blizzard north of here, my lord. Not but white all around, until we saw shapes moving towards us, running towards us, with naked steel in their hands. I cut down a few of the bastards who came close, but the others, they were shouting and screaming, but after a while, I could only hear unfamiliar voices. I found my way to the camp, hoping to hide while the storm passed. But the heretics tracked you here. Aye. My lord, the heretics' hideaway lies somewhere to the north. We must move quickly, before the snow buries all traces of their passing. For my brothers, we must, please. Have faith, sir. Justice will be done, but first we must see you to safety. At the end of our hope. He has the right of it, Mr. Hassenfeather. Whatever remains of the heretic's trail will be gone with the next snowfall, but we cannot very well leave our friend here. I will see him to Falcon's Nest and gather reinforcements. In the meantime, I would have you search the area to the north of the camp for signs of the attack. Should you pick up the heretic's trail, do not wait for me. Follow it back to their lair forthwith, being sure to leave me some clear footprints. I realize that this plan may place you in considerable danger, but I see no alternative. Rest assured, we will not be far behind, and Asuka, thank you. Not a problem. It's what I do. Jump. I can't. Won't let me go over that cliff. Frozen river. Uh-oh. What's going to happen here? Tracks continue to the north. Suspicious footprints. further north. Stop attacking. I'm tracking footprints. Oh. Running away. He was running this way. I guess I could have let him run. So I'm pretty sure I know. Stop it. I probably shouldn't have finished that guy off, and he would have like actually led us where we're going. I just happen to know this is the way to go. Are they down here? Ah, they are. You.
Looking for me, I presume.
The child who glimpsed the truth.
No! It cannot be.
She cameth unto me, as didst thou. Alike in gifts, yet set upon different paths.
He speaks true, warrior of light. Like you, I have been blessed with the echo. The visions terrified me at first. They came without warning. I wondered what I had done to deserve them. But I had no time to ponder such things once the calamity came. The land turned against us, and in a matter of hours, Falcon's Nest was buried under 10 fulms of ice and snow. We had no choice but to flee for Ishgard. We came to the wall, and while we searched for a way through, there was an avalanche. and then I was alone. So I set forth for Dravania. I knew full well what might happen were I found. But I could not survive on my own. I was found, of course. And not by a mere dragon, but by the great worm Hraesvelgr. And it was then that I knew why I had been given this gift. For with it I heard his voice, and saw the truth through his eyes. I was chosen to deliver this revelation to the people, to bring dragon and man together as they once were, and should ever be.
Let's ask about what of the innocents who died when you attacked Foundation?
It wasn't supposed to be like that. You have to believe me. It was beyond my control. Children taught to fear the skies, who saw their loved ones slaughtered. Yet the Dravanians, though they know where the fault truly lies, fell upon them with such fury.
Men die, and their children forget. But we are everlasting. To us, then is as now. Thou canst not comprehend the violation, the outrage, the fury.
I will make this right. I am neither a saint nor a savior, just another sinner. Yet I will not forsake this cause. I cannot. I will see this cycle broken and peace restored. We can do naught else, for we are now as one.
Ooh. Well then. Mistress Hassenpfeffer, praise Haloni, you are alive. We came as swiftly as we could, but I see we are too late. How much did I tell them? So they were lurking in the cellar of this farmhouse. 'Tis a pity Lady Iceheart escaped, but we must not let that detract from our accomplishment. We have them on the run. You have dealt our foes a telling blow this day, my friend, and I shall see that your efforts are recognized. We'll see about having our efforts recognized, though, in the next video. Until then, we're just gonna stand here in the snow.